بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I want to just remind us of a few things. These gatherings that we're attending, and I want to say something without apology, but I ask for understanding. I know the feeling of losing our connection to our people. As a black man growing up in America, I know the feeling of separation. I know the feeling of you don't count. Islam didn't change that reality on the outward, but it gave me confidence and dignity inward. The reality still exists in the world we live in, but the dignity and honor of Islam showed me how to combat that. And coming to Islam, for a long time, I realized that reality exists, unfortunately, sometimes among the Muslims. And when I say it exists, I wouldn't exaggerate if I said it's worse. As Muslims, we have a duty. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it explicit in the Quran. And it's interesting that this duty is to enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong. That's a duty on every Muslim. At one level, we've been talking this weekend about levels. Your portion in levels. So we talked about al-Islam wal-Iman wal-Ilm wal-Bayan wal-Ihsan wal-Irfan. That's on the side of al-Amr bil-Ma'ruf, commanding what is good. But there is the other scale of al-Nahi and al-Munkar, forbidding the evil. And sometimes you forbid the evil by establishing the good. So we've been at this for a long time. And it used to look different for a long time. When we look out in the stage, we would see everybody but us. That was a painful feeling. We knew how to praise the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam because we traveled the Islamic world, sat with the scholars and the knowers of Allah, and we were connected and we understood the importance of that connection. But when we returned home, we wasn't connecting to us. So many of us became the Islamic Sambo.
Say it again.
We're invited to the show just to perform, but we're performing for other than ourselves.
100%. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
And thanks to Sheikh Abdul Kareem, by the favor of Allah upon him,
Thanks to Allah.
by way of Sheikh Abdul Karim, by way of Rasulullah, by way of Asada to Sheikh Abdul Karim. I'm not going to forget Sheikh Abdul Karim. Now, you are doing a verse. And no one is forgotten, not even us. Fairness dictates that you always be just. And you always speak the truth. As Muslims, we can never become a people who are not fair and just and afraid to speak the truth. Allah described this nation in the Quran, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرُ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. You are the best nation brought forth from the human race. You enjoin what is right, you forbid what is wrong, and you believe in Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So whenever you see something wrong, something unjust, you got to work to change that. You can no longer accept the status quo of the show. No. You must say, I demand not only inclusion, but leadership. It's not sufficient to say, I have a black friend. No more. You must say, I have a brother. I have a sister. I have a sheikh. I have a leader. It is us, not us, and on the side them. That has to change. And you at Al-Rahma, believe it or not, are leading that change in a good way. This wasn't my speech, but it was the speech behind the speech. And sometimes the soul doesn't let the tongue lie.
Allah.
I remember I was in Egypt and I was sitting with one of the students of our teacher from the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was asking me about the da'wah in America. I said to him, the da'wah needs da'wah. The da'wah needs da'wah. And he put his head down. He said, before you say it, I know what you're saying. Go give the da'wah da'wah. Go give the da'wah da'wah. You are history in the making. You are Malcolm X. You are the Islamic version of Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth. It is each and every one of you with al-haq, with the truth. You lost your lineage, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replaced it with the best lineage on the face of the earth. And gave you people who can convey that lineage back to Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam like they know their own names. That's a gift. Take that gift. Carry that gift. Convey that gift. Me and Sheikh Abdul Karim was having a talk at dinner. And we were talking about some religious issues. And one thing we understood about that religious issue, Yeah, that's one point, but this is the reality. And the reality is that we're connected to the light that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to illuminate existence. Sayyiduna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he connected you with that link that is the strongest link on the face of the earth with no doubt. Let me repeat that. It is the strongest link on the face of the earth with no doubt. You know, many people say, I'm Ahlul Bayt. I have nasab. I have lineage. But Allah put in your midst the purest lineage of Ahlul Bayt on the face of the earth. We're not just talking about Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as some imaginary figure. When we talk about Sayyidina Muhammad, we're talking about our teacher who talks about his father to 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 Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That's a big difference. And not from one son, from another son and another son and another son all the way back. So when they kidnapped us from Africa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took us and brought us back to him in the best of ways. Don't just look at what you're doing as something small. It's great. History is going to talk about these days. History is going to mention your efforts. When those who lived in the past were making history, they were just like you. They was just working. But what they were working for was a bright future which we are living. And just as we're just working, we're building a bright future that's going to come. That's going to look back and say, Barakallahu fikum wa jazakumullahu khaira. May Allah bless you and reward you for being a perfect salaf for those who came after you. You know, in our tradition, we say al-aslaf, as-salaf. And people sometimes think when we say salaf, we're talking about just the first 3 generations, and that's not what we mean all the time. We mean those noble descendants of the Prophet ﷺ who preserved revelation and let it reach us. Please, 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 value the moment. Support Al-Rahma with all of your being. It's more valuable than your money, your body, your spirit, your heart, your soul, your innermost secret. Support Al-Rahma with that. Even if you don't have money, money's not what is needed. Real human beings who are sincere are needed. Because Allah is Al-Ghani and Al-Mughni, He don't need you.
Allahu Akbar.
He's Al-Ghani and Al-Mughni. He doesn't need you. He's the one who has everything and He gives everything. He doesn't need you. So what I ask of you and myself, let this be a renewal of our covenant to build a bright future for those who are going to come after us, even if we don't live to see it. Our predecessors wanted this type of gathering. All of them didn't live to see it, but we're living it, right? We're experiencing it. Do the same for the next generations. May Allah reward you. May Allah accept you. May Allah keep your hearts united. May Allah give each and every one of you the courage to stand for what is right and forbid what is wrong and make a better future for those who are going to come after us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.